why that weight is still there. So there are reasons. Many times we are earthing ourselves because we're so mental. We're like in our head, and we're like flying. And I know, Sofiana, you're very creative, very smart. And many times we are flying, and we almost feel scared. We almost feel afraid. I need to focus. And if you actually have ever noticed, when you're all over the place mentally, if you eat, it's like it will bring you down, and you can eat to the point that you're satiated, almost like you're drugged. It will literally knock you out. So often, if we're like, all over like this, we crave that grounded, feeling safe, almost knocked out. And so we eat. So there's one thing, okay? Losing weight is never about diets. I mean, okay, sure, what you're eating. If you're eating kind of good stuff, a little protein, lots of fiber, all these things, it affects your mood. So you might then be in a better place and might feel compelled to eat good things and make better choices. But it's like, I have to do this and I should do this, and being really down on yourself and all those things, that is never ever going to work. It's like a lifelong battle. So it's like, what do you need to let go of? So there it is, Sofiana. What do you need to let go of? And what do you need to make you feel safe? Like really safe. Then you can flow and move, and life will flow and move. It's like when you came on earlier and you said, oh, it's been quite a day because my students have been really noisy and whatever it was that you said. It's like, that's a very normal comment, okay? Nothing strange about that comment. But it was the way that you said it, and I caught it immediately. And what I caught wasn't that, you were so fed up because the kids were noisy. It was like I could see your pain. It was like you felt personally offended and your feelings were hurt because you care, you give, you love, and on some level you feel that you thought cared for you. Oh, well, maybe they don't. They're just treating me really, really badly. So that really hurts you. I don't know if you realize that, but it does. Had you realized that?
Yes, I realize that.
Okay. So then it's like, what can you do with that? And this is a big conversation. And either I can help you with that, Xenia can help you with that, we can help you together with that. But yeah, I mean, you are a very sensitive, very giving person, but when you're kind of stuck with that idea and that is your reality, I mean, it must be an up and down kind of nightmare, and that's hard. And then with all those not feeling good things, it makes sense that you would eat or just feel like curling up in a little ball. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Yes, it's perfect.
Good. Okay.
Petrene,
Yeah.
we've been saying that, like I've said to Sofiana, that things like, the students, obviously they don't all want to be there. Of course, it's not something personal to Sofiana. They don't want to be there. They might be having a difficult time at home with their life. They don't know what they want to do. They're forced to go to school. So some of these children, of course, are going to be making noise and trying to have fun in an otherwise what they feel like is not a fun place.
Yeah.
But can we say anything more than that about them not being personal?
No, not in that way. everything you just said, is great. It's not really about them. It's like everything you said. Yeah, that's the sense of it. It's more about Sophiana and how she's relating to them and feeling and her need to open up and love. We all need to open up and love. It is a normal thing to love. To love is simply to be open. So when she does that and she gets some feedback and somebody is in some way loving in return, there it is. And it might only last a few minutes, but it's precious. It's like everything. And then the next day or an hour later, when you feel that that door is closed or somebody's throwing it all back at you, it's very shocking and very painful. Also, there's a need to love. And I know, Sophiana, I remember you used to have cats and various things. I don't know if you still have them. But what other ways can you love and be loved? Because it's kind of, it's always good to have a little bit of a balance. Your vocation, the thing that you do when it involves kids or adults or other people, don't let that be your number one source of love and loving. Otherwise, it will become very